guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jillz, in case you're new here, and this is my first vlog. Now, I talk a lot about things like feminine energy and self-improvement for women, and I do a lot of just simple like talking head videos, but I thought it would be a good idea to add in some occasional vlogs, sprinkle them into my channel here and there, so that you guys can kind of get a better glimpse into my life and who I am. Now, with that said, I do get quite a few comments about basically how I curl my hair for my videos, and I always laugh a little bit when I get that because I am by no means a hair expert. What I do is really simple and really easy, so let me show you guys how I do my hair because I'm actually going to film a video right after this. I'm kind of batching content right now and I'll share why in a little bit, but let's just go do my hair. But look at how cute they are, my little babies. Okay, so I'm in the bathroom, curling iron is ready to go. So first thing that I do is I separate my hair and I brush it out. Now with that said, I have fine hair, it's naturally straight, and you know, there's not much volume. So this hairstyle might not work for everyone, but this works well for my hair. Now what a lot of people do when they curl their hair is they take this top half and pull it up. I don't do that. I find that incredibly confusing and it makes it so much harder for me. So I'm gonna show you how I do it, just separating it like this. This is the curling iron I use. This was an actual curling iron. As you can see, I took away the clamp. The reason for that is because I love using wands more than I like using curling irons. I feel like wands gives it like this more voluminous, wavy, natural look, where I feel like curling iron or curled hair just doesn't look as good on me. So I bought this thinking that I was going to use it as a curling iron, but then I realized I like wands so much better, and so I took off the clamp and I've been using this for so long, just like this. And this is a 1.25 inch barrel. So I take about an inch of hair, and the reason why I don't separate my hair out is basically how I do it is I will only take a certain section of hair. So I need to kind of show you an example. I'm not going to take all of this where it encompasses my whole head. I'm only going to take the top half and then I'll curl it, and then I'll take the bottom half. So I essentially do that whole layered process, but without putting it up, because once I put it all up, then it just starts to confuse me. Okay, so now let's curl my hair. I basically wrap my hair going away from my face, and I do that on each side. Sorry for the cord. I'll hold it for about like 10 seconds and then I'll let it go. Nice bouncy curl. Okay, so see how right here I'm taking the bottom half of the hair, about a 1 inch piece or so, and wrapping it away from my head. The thing that I do is I hold my curling iron like this instead of like this. I feel like holding it this way adds a teeny bit more volume to my hair. I'm not sure if I'm making that up or not, but I think it helps. Now I'm taking the top part. So I essentially do layer it, but without separating my hair. And I find it a lot easier to do it this way than doing it where I separate it initially. I don't know why, I just find this so much easier. I always grab all of my hair at once and then I take a little piece from it. I'm doing the top again right now. Wrapping it away from my hair, holding it for about 10 seconds or so. Now what some people do is that they'll alternate their curls. So they'll do some curls going away from their face and some going towards their face. And that kind of gives a little bit more of this like natural, messy beach look. I don't do that. I like it better when I do all of the curls the same direction, but you might like that better for yourself. Now, one other thing that I feel like I should mention is when I curl my hair, some people, when they do it, they'll only curl like the bottom half, and that can be like a really nice natural look. But because I struggle with having really just fine flat hair, I tend to curl basically as close as I can get to my scalp. Not that it's really going to be curly there, but I feel like it helps with adding a little bit of volume. Now I will say I do have the Dyson as well. I have the Dyson Airwrap and that whole set, and I do really like it. I got it as a birthday present and I use it about half the time. but I didn't want to show you guys how I do it with that because it's so expensive. And honestly, I kind of like curling my hair with this still better, but it does create a different look. Like when you use the Dyson Airwrap, it makes it a little bit bouncier. Usually doesn't hold as well, but it is like bouncier. Okay, this side is all done. And now before I move on to the other side, I'm going to hairspray it really quickly. I don't do a ton of hairspray, but just a little bit to kind of hold it in place. Now, obviously, if you watch my videos, you can tell that my hair doesn't look quite this perfectly curled, and that's because at the end I am going to mess it up. But for right now, I just let it be and I don't really touch it. Okay, moving on to the other side. Now remember, I curl away from my face, so I switch it up here. Pulling one down below here, going away from my face. Oh my god, I forgot to use heat protectant. Oops, don't forget to do that. Normally I always use heat protectant before I curl my hair or do anything like that, but I totally forgot. Oh well, one time's not gonna kill me. And I just keep doing this for the rest of my head. It also kind of helps to throw the hair back that you haven't done yet. That's still straight, throw it back behind you. Kind of separate it out if it gets kind of confusing. And this only took me probably anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. It really doesn't take that long. It can be super quick, and you can kind of do it quicker if you want and make the curls a little bit less curly and just more wavy. Sometimes I do that as well. Okay, now I'm gonna hairspray this side. Now I'm gonna let this sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes and kind of just let these curls sit. My hair falls very quickly, and so I don't want to mess it up too soon. So I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to mess up my hair a little bit. Now, what a lot of people do is they will brush out their curls and make it like super just soft and wavy, but I can't do that. My hair falls out so quickly that I can't brush it. So what I do, I just mess it up a little bit with my hair. First thing I do is I flip my head though. Shake it around a little bit. Much better. Now the next thing that I do though is I usually add a little bit of dry shampoo to my hair. I have barely any left though. So the dry shampoo I use is a completely non-toxic one, and so it comes out a little weird. It's not a spray, it's a puff like that. And the white color blends in. Because I struggle so much with volume, I've found that to get any sort of volume, I need to have like some sort of dry shampoo in my hair or some sort of product. However, I will say that this can cause a lot of like buildup in your hair. And so you want to have like a good shampoo and like a good, you know, way to kind of clean that out once you're done. I just kind of take little chunks here and there. That's it. That was helpful for you in some way. I mean, again, it's really simple. I've been doing it that way forever. I really do think that adding the dry shampoo to your hair after you're done kind of just helps it give like a little bit of volume. So if you struggle with volume like me, then you know any little volume you can get helps. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a life update because I feel like I've had a lot going on, but I haven't, you know, talked about it, obviously. We ended up getting a house, which I'm super excited about. I'm really excited to move in there. Basically, we're in a rental home right now. So I guess here's the backstory. We're from California and we moved out to Nashville a year ago, just purely because we wanted to. It's just such a beautiful place and we love it. We're so happy that we did. And so when we moved, we just temporarily got a rental home, basically somewhere for us to live for a year, maybe 2 years, until we found like a real place to settle down in. Because the market has been so crazy, our landlords decided that they were going to sell the house at the end of our lease. So we were like, okay, this is our time. We need to find a house. And it happened so fast and so crazy. The market is crazy right now, as you guys probably know, especially here, because so many people are moving here, and for good reason. It's beautiful, but it was overwhelming. It happened so fast. So we called a realtor on like Tuesday, and then we put in our offer for a house Saturday night, and it got accepted that following Sunday morning. And to be honest, we found our house pretty easily. I mean, we kind of knew exactly what we wanted, and so the third tour that we went on, we put in an offer and it got accepted. And so basically we are in the moving process right now. But the thing that's making this extra difficult is because the market is so competitive, we allowed them to stay in the house for an extra month, but we have to be out of our current rental home before that time is up. So we're essentially homeless for about 2.5 weeks. So we decided to make it fun. We're actually going to drive down road trip to Florida. We're gonna stay in Palm Beach for about 2 weeks, and I'm super excited. I've never been. So I'm gonna try to use that time to like really just be outside, get some sunshine, relax a little bit, swim in the water. Hopefully it's not too stormy, we'll see. So while I am super excited to road trip a little bit and move into our new home and finally get settled down, the moving process is crazy. Moving sucks. The actual act of moving sucks. And I'm a Cancer. I really value my home. I need to have a really good place to come back to at the end of the day where I can feel like I can decompress and relax. And when my home is in shambles, when it's messy, when it's disorganized and there's clutter, or when the energy of the home is just tense, or the relationships in that home are tense, like I can feel it really heavily and it really affects me. And so the whole moving process and having everything so disorganized is difficult for me, I will say that. But that's okay, it's just temporary. I've been meditating a lot recently, and I had this kind of, I wouldn't call it an epiphany, but a insight, I guess, or a download, or whatever you want to call it, at the end of the meditation about how I tend to naturally really resist discomfort. And the message that I kept getting at the end of that meditation was stop resisting discomfort. The resistance to that discomfort is what's causing 90% of that discomfort in the first place. And when I felt that in my mind, or I heard it, or I thought it, whatever you want to think, I was like, wow, that's my problem right now, is I'm resisting a lot of discomfort. There's so many changes that are going on, and obviously that's kind of scary, but especially me being someone who like just desperately needs a nice, clean home to come home to. But it's my resistance to the discomfort that's making it a million times worse. So with that said, we are moving in 4 days, and I have not done one thing of packing at all. And I'm not going to do really any packing today. I'm going to start tomorrow, but I've got a ton to do. And so I'm going to kind of bring you along in this journey of packing, moving up our home. I kind of want to show you the home that we're at right now. I will say it is a mess. There's boxes everywhere and stuff everywhere, so I feel like I can't really show you too much, but I do want to show you some parts. And also stay tuned, because when we do move, I'll kind of give a little bit of a new home tour for you guys. But yeah, I'm super excited to move into that home. It'll be so nice. And the one thing that I'm excited about is that it's big for us to grow into. Like, it's not too big, but it's big enough that we can be there for probably like 10 years. And I'm super excited about that fact. I really just want to like settle down and make a home and make it my own. And it's just so cool to think about how like that's going to be our home that we have kids in and like grow our children. And I don't know, it's just so crazy to think about. A lot of the house already is really nice, but I do definitely want to make it my own. And there are some rooms that I do want to renovate, especially like the upstairs rooms and the master bedroom and master bathroom, but none of it needs renovations right away. I don't think we're going to do anything right away, but eventually over like the first year or two, I think we will start to do some projects. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Just wanted to share that with you guys, give you guys a little bit of a life update. All good things happening here. It's just been crazy and a lot of change, and kind of we've had to do all this stuff so quickly that it's been overwhelming. But all in all, I'm excited. Now I'm gonna make myself a quick lunch and then film a video. Okay, just finished the video. Now I'm gonna do a quick little workout, something like a basic Pilates 20-minute, something like that, something that's not too hard and pretty gentle. I signed up for Melissa Woodhull's membership probably like a few months ago, and so far I'm really liking it because there's some very like gentle workouts on there. They're still tough and they still definitely get you sore, but they're gentle. But before I do that, I thought I would show some snippets of our house. Like I said, it is a total disaster kind of mess because we're moving, we have boxes everywhere, but I do want to show you some little snippets and some of my favorite parts.
Hug your knee in towards your chest. On your exhale, extend it back. Hold that three-legged plank for a breath. Drop toes down. Knees are really wide, sink hips back. 8, hug those elbows in. 7, 6.
Okay, so I have this incredibly cheesy sign. It says, whoever said you can't buy happiness never bought a puppy. And my mom got this for me when I got Bo, my first dog, when I was only 21, and she died less than a year later. And so I love this sign, and even though it's cheesy, I'm never getting rid of it, and I'll probably always have it up in my office. And I always have a picture too. Done. Alrighty, we are all moved out. We're exhausted.
Say bye-bye, house.
Bye, house. You have to look into the lens, not your
Oh, but I look so good.
What was your favorite thing about this house?
It's big.
It was big.
It was big.
I liked the yard.
The next one's gonna be even bigger.
It is gonna be bigger.
But this one was the biggest thing I've ever lived in since,
A kid.
this is the biggest house we've lived in since we were kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And the yard. Having the deck was cool.
Yeah.
And I liked the little rocking chair in the front, even though I never sat in it. Not once.
We liked that we could sit in it, but we didn't.
Sit in it once. Not one time.
We are back in Tennessee. It is so pretty here. It's fall and it's just so beautiful, but we are patiently waiting to move into our home. We have a few more days just staying in an Airbnb here, and then we can finally move. This was probably a pretty long vlog, so I'm just gonna end it here. If you watched the entire thing, you're a real one. If you did watch the whole thing, you should comment down below a red heart emoji so I know. All right, I'll see you guys next time.